Yes everyone, welcome back to the second episode of the Grub Talk Show. So you guys, I'm assuming, must have enjoyed the first guest. Yes. Now today I'm sat down with a very interesting person, Arafath from LMA Academy. So Arafath, pleasure to have you on. How are you feeling today?
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Yeah, I'm good today, man. Looking forward to get this podcast done. I've got a lot to tell you about, a lot to speak about. So let's get on with it.
So for the people that are not watching just introduce who you are.
So my name is Arafath. I run a gym called LMA Academy, one of the main trainers there. I teach boxing, kickboxing, MMA, grappling, all that kind of stuff. And in the daytime I work in a behaviour school as well.
So what's LMA Academy?
So LMA Academy is a community gym. It's a non-profit organisation, and we do a lot of community projects such as knife crime projects, substance use and mental health projects, and other community projects to help empower the youth and provide that stepping stone between the community and society itself.
So this is one of the things that I'm going to be talking about later in the podcast, right? But I got a very controversial topic that's been talked about on the media a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's get 100 men versus one gorilla. Who do you think that's winning? Because I'm hearing opinions from both sides. People are saying gorillas winning, people are saying men are winning. Personally, I think gorillas winning.
You know what? Funny you mention that now, yeah, because the whole of last week at school where I work now, it's a behaviour school. So like I said, all the kids that go there, they've got troubled backgrounds, behavioural issues, whatever it is now. Yeah, we have about 5 kids per classroom. They were all talking about 100 men versus one gorilla. And then I came across a post on Instagram now, yeah. I think it was like a martial arts or MMA fighters promoter kind of guy. And he put the question out there, and all different MMA fighters, they were having their opinion on it. Most of them were saying 100 men would be one gorilla. Yeah. I'm going to put a twist on it, a little twist.
Okay.
100 unarmed men would find it very difficult to beat a gorilla.
What do you mean by that? 100 of armed men?
Unarmed men.
Unarmed men, yeah.
So without any tools, weapons or anything. If they had like tools and stuff and different kinds of equipment to try and trap it, then they could do it.
Wait, let me put something in here.
Well,
5 Francis Ngannous could probably be the gorilla. I mean, that's my thing. Anyone else? I don't think so.
Do you know how strong a gorilla is?
They lift about 400 kg. They can
Lift around 400 kgs, yeah? How much do they weigh?
They weigh like 80 kg.
Yeah. Gorillas aren't trained fighters. They will defend and attack based on animal instinct. So, Incredible Hulk. Imagine a mini Incredible Hulk.
So basically,
how are you going to get your arm around the gorilla's neck? The gorilla ain't got no neck. His neck's not this big, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah? But what is swiping everywhere? Sebastian, he's not punching people and kicking, he's swiping, man, bro. 5 man come, gone. 5 man come, gone. So
what are you thinking though? Who's coming out with the win? Unarmed, let's say unarmed.
I reckon the gorilla wins.
Yeah, that's what everyone. I haven't been understanding what everyone says about 100 men winning. Maybe if they had guns or anything.
If they had guns to shoot it, didn't it?
Probably.
Saying that now, I'll give you another example now, yeah? Do you know what baboons are?
Yeah.
Yeah? The baboon's got the red backside now, yeah? Have you seen the teeth on the baboon?
No, I haven't.
The teeth on the baboon are massive. It's at the size of his head more or less now, yeah? They're massive canines. And there's one place in South Africa now, yeah? Their grips are very strong. They've got very strong. If you grip your hand, you probably rip your arm off. Yeah? They're about a quarter of the size of a gorilla. Yeah? In Africa, in South Africa, now, yeah? They went on a rampage. There's a gang of baboons. They are robbing people. I'm being serious. There's a documentary about it now, yeah? There's one baboon, the king of the leader of the baboons. He used to go around robbing man, bro. I'm telling you, I'm being serious now, yeah?
I can't picture it,
Well, there's a documentary about it, and what happened, when he died now, yeah? They did an autopsy on the baboon, but we had like over 100 bullets inside. People tried shooting, he didn't die. Or probably like air guns. I'm being serious. There's a documentary about it now, yeah? So imagine how strong, a chimpanzee can rip your face off, bro. That's how strong they are.
They weigh like 40 kg.
Exactly, times 10, which is a gorilla. Because don't forget, it's going to bite, it's going to throw people around. It's not going to start throwing punches, bro.
No, I'm saying, if he lays a hand on you, you're dead.
Smash, boom, finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But it's good to have your opinion, because obviously you're a trained fighter and everything. So
I won't say trained, I'm training, still training.
You're more knowledgeable than whoever's been talking about this. Because, Oh, do you know one thing I also heard on the internet? Some feminists, I think he sent it to me. Some feminists, were saying 100 men can't be 100 gorillas. Son, that's funny.
It's relevant.
Exactly.
To the time and age. Because everyone's talking about it. All the kids at school were talking
Some
about it.
random trend, you know, I don't know where that appeared from.
I don't know, man. They have like this other thing on YouTube now. It's like people doing like a crocodile or a shark or a gorilla against the different kind of animal, that kind of stuff. So I've seen that kind of
But
stuff.
I can't like, you can't be comparing someone like a gorilla to a human, like
No,
human.
of course not, man.
Two different
Yeah.
creatures. But anyways, I want to talk about. Let's start off with something soft, a bit soft, innit?
Yeah.
Life experiences, yeah. It's one of the topics I want to talk about, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, because something got you into, you know, something motivated you inside of you to start LMA
Yeah.
and do it. So I want to know, where did you come from, your background and that life
So-
before the youth work.
Okay, so I grew up, well, I was born in London, moved to Leicester when I was about 6, went to school in Leicester, raised in Leicester, so I consider myself, you know, a Leicester lad. Even though I've got London roots, all that kind of stuff. Went back to London University, whatever, now, but I'll get back to that after now, yeah? And what happened is, growing up, obviously I came from a respectable honourable family, but like I said, back then, we didn't have much going on. Lived on an estate in London, that's why Leicester, that's where the Islamic education and family, all that kind of stuff now, yeah? But from a young age, I've always had an interest in martial arts. I used to spend my Saturday mornings, my weekend mornings, school holidays watching Bruce Lee films back to back, Jackie Chan films back to back. I used to love Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Jean-Claude Van Damme, all them kind of Dolph Lundgren, all them kind of guys now, yeah? But I used to love the military side. So there's a film called Universal Soldier. I used to love that film, man. It's got Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they're both like two cyborg soldiers and they fight each other. Basically, my background is mainly traditional martial arts and military martial arts. But saying that, I used to always beg my parents, take me martial arts now, yeah. And I even back then used to have like yellow pages and lesson book. I used to look for only for martial arts clubs, try club, but it's expensive back then. My parents couldn't afford it, yeah. So me and my brother, or like my cousin, we used to like train at home. I'm not train, but you know, copy what we used to see on the movies and stuff. Yeah.
Well, what age was this?
This was from when I was about 7, 8 years old, starting from then. And like I was saying, back then there weren't many gyms around.
Yeah.
MMA didn't really exist back then. MMA came about from like early MMA, before UFC 1. This was like, you know, in the night there, you know, early 90s, mid 90s, all that kind of stuff. Mainly was like, you know, karate, kickboxing, boxing. You know, there wasn't no MMA as such as MMA is today, and military martial arts as it is today. Or if that, we weren't exposed to, because you get so many different martial arts from all around the world, from different countries. Everyone's got their own different style, whether it's unarmed combat or weapon-based combat or whatever it is. So, like I said, as I was growing up, my parents wanted me to take the academic route. They didn't want to put me in martial arts. One thing, they couldn't afford it, and there weren't many gyms around. And also on top of that, there weren't many people from ethnic minorities doing martial arts in England or in Leicester, if that makes sense. We had a couple of odd schools here and all that kind of stuff now, yeah. But then what happened is I went to university in London in 2007, I think it was, and 2006 or 7, yeah. And then I joined the boxing team.
Oh yeah.
And then that's how I started training from a late age. When I was probably about 19, 20, I started. And then obviously I've started later, a couple of breaks in between here and there, but that's, we'll get into that afterwards.
Is this why you decided to take a role into youth club, into youth work?
No,
And
so that was my passion. I love for martial arts from a young age. The reason why I
Yeah.
got into youth work is now, yeah, is from my own experiences. I was involved in a lifestyle, criminal lifestyle, and growing up in Highfields where I was raised, there's a lot of drugs, a lot of crime, a lot of violence, gang crime, all that kind of stuff. And coming from a Bangladeshi background, there's another community that we all live together, and our parents say, if you see a member of this community, walk across the road, don't look at them.
yeah.
Or they'd say to us, fight back. If you come home with a black eye, have you given them a black eye back as well? Don't back down from a fight. So there's two sides to it. Some parents will tell you stay away from all that kind of stuff. Some parents will tell you, make sure you stand your ground and fight back. So, anyway, like I was saying, as in, because it was quite a deprived area, there's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of gang violence, all that kind of stuff now, yeah? We were exposed to it from a young age. So I used to walk to school. The school was probably about 7, 8 minute walk from my house, and then I used to see all this kind of stuff. Drug dealing, prostitution, gang fights and all that kind of stuff, really. And we thought it was normal, really. So we got involved in it from a young age. And then when I went to university in London, I thought, you know what, I want to have all the nice fancy things. I want to live that lifestyle because obviously I had family members living that lifestyle. And then I got involved, I got into it so deep, and then I was making a lot of money from it, went to university, started making more money at university. And I was, like I said, in London. London's a rough place. It's much rougher than Leicester, much tougher than Leicester. It's a very fast-paced lifestyle. And then man, I ended up going in jail for a few years. To what it is now and to what it was back then, it's a lot different. So when I was in prison back then, for me, I didn't say I had a good time, but I had to make the most of a bad time. And obviously I had some certain experiences and things that I saw helped me grow as a person. But some of the things didn't help me go into later on in life. But like I said, back then, so going a bit back and forth from my experiences, when I came out of prison, a year and a half. Okay. So it wasn't that long.
No, it wasn't that long.
But like I said, considering the case that was put against me, alhamdulillah, like I said, I got with a very short sentence. I was looking at 10 plus years, but I only got just 3 years, so it wasn't much. And then done a few months on tag and whatever it is, and then that's it. Came back out, went back to university, studied engineering design for 1 year, didn't like it. And then what happened is basically one of my family and friends now, he was in an organisation, and a few other friends, they invited me to start doing a bit of voluntary work with them. Youth and community work. And then from then I've just not looked back, and that's what I've been doing. And then I did my degree in criminology when I got out after engineering design.
And after that, what was it for you then? So
what do you mean as in?
Did you go back to that lifestyle, or did you start volunteering and helping out? Because I imagine it must be hard. It must be very hard.
In all honesty, during my younger years, during my mid-20s and stuff now, it was a tough battle now, yeah, because I didn't want to leave that lifestyle, but I wanted to make something out of myself. And like I said, as a student, it wasn't easy unless you come from a wealthy family that's going to support you. And obviously, you want to have nice and fancy things, all that kind of stuff now, yeah. Just
Is that what motivated you back then? Seeing all the rapid money coming in.
Fast money, quick money, and the lifestyle with it as well.
So obviously, a lot of things come with a lot of consequences come with whatever you experience, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you say was the worst thing you've experienced?
A lot of things, man. As in just the lifestyle itself, people trying to kill you, me trying to do things to people, looking over your shoulder all the time, getting hurt, looking over for police coming after you all the time, all that kind of stuff, man. You know what I mean? So, because at the end of the day, drugs is a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. As in, like in the UK, compared to what you see in places like Mexico or South America, like, bro, there's the drug cartels in America, in South America, they have their own armies.
You've been to South America?
I haven't. No, I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to Dominican Republic.
How was that?
It was amazing. I loved it. I'm not going to go into this, but I loved it, man. But South America is dangerous. Some places are dangerous, man. As in, like I said, the drug cartels, they got stupid money. And like I said, it's like the drug cartels and the police, they're fighting a full-on war. You see war in other countries, like political wars.
Yeah.
These are full-on drug wars. Yeah, the police there are like the army. The drug cartels have enough weaponry and machinery like the army. And like hundreds of people killed all the time, man.
So same thing with whole of South America. You could say that all of those countries are competing with each other, right? Is that what you? So compared to Leicester, yeah.
Leicester is like a tiny drop in the ocean compared to what happened in South America, even other parts of the world, like America, for example.
I don't think, because people get caught up in a lot of bad shit,
yeah.
Especially here in England.
Yeah.
I don't think Leicester's like this compared to Birmingham or London.
Yeah.
And all that. So you could say
Leicester's actually the sixth biggest city in the country, you know that?
Sixth biggest city?
Sixth biggest, yeah.
Right, no.
Look it up, Google it right now. But I was surprised myself. I learned this quite a few years ago. But Leicester is actually a major city. And back then, because Leicester is such a central point now, yeah, I'm going to be off topic, but it's got a central point. It's got a lot of transport routes that go in and out. So back in the days, Leicester was like, for textiles, and that's why I see textiles are massive in Leicester. And other things as well. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the point.
Yeah. So, after that, after all of that happened, what lessons have you learned from it? What are the lessons you learned from it?
It does not last. And it's only so long you can do it. And it does not bring no peace. And that's the amount of damage you cause and the amount of harm you cause to other people, it will come back to you in one way or another.
I think I think the whole life is like glamorized.
Yeah, of course,
Because you know what? You know one thing, yeah, like you might have seen this as well, but you know in secondary school when you see all these little acting big, yeah, putting up to school at ballys and all that, I don't think they know the reality. They watch Top Boy and all of this and then they become into, you know.
You know what people don't understand? Top Boy is a TV program.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying any of it isn't real. Some of it is now, yeah. But to watch TV, if you want to watch a program, what does it have to be? What attracts you to watching a program? It has to be interesting.
Yeah.
It has to attract the viewers, isn't it? So they have to make it glamorized, all that kind of stuff now, yeah. People don't see that. For example, I'll give you an example now, yeah. When I was doing my thing now, yeah, before I went to prison, bro, I used to wake up every single morning. I'd turn the phone on 10 o'clock in the morning, turn 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. The phone's blasting all day long. And I'll tell you how much it blasts. So a Nokia brick now, yeah, I used to have to change the battery 3 times. No joke. Yeah, I've got no time to eat, sleep, shit, nothing at all, bro. 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, I'm blasting out, running around all over the city with bare food or bare whatever, talking around, all that kind of stuff, all looking over my shoulder, all that kind of stuff. People trying to rob me, people trying to kill me, people that are dumb, I'm trying to do them back. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, like I said, it's not a... Obviously, I enjoy the money, but I don't have time to spend the money.
Money does not buy you happiness.
No, of course not, man.
Because you're running around with stress and all that.
Yeah.
You see, you had some mental impact on this.
On me?
Yeah, you from always looking over your shoulder,
Yeah,
having no time to sleep.
To this day now, yeah, but like I said, not only because even to this day now, yeah, I'm always vigilant and aware of my surroundings. And as any human being, you have to, like I said, in England, and I spoke about this before now, yeah, with Zach, yeah, we live in a relatively safe country.
Yeah, you say that now?
Yeah, of course, yeah, man. Listen. When you walk out your house, are you expecting people to run up in your yard and rob you?
I know.
Unless
you got like a bad reputation.
Yeah, if you're involved in that lifestyle now, yeah. Or do you expect people to, pull you up at gunpoint at a traffic light? Do you expect people to rob you for your trainers or for your ice cream?
Yeah, no.
Or for like £1?
No.
This is England. It's a relatively safe country. We go places like I've been to South Africa, bro. We've been held up at gunpoint a couple of times.
Oh, what was that?
Everyone's packing there, but everyone's got heat there. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's packing straps, bro. You know what I mean? You have to. You ain't got a choice. You got to secure all that kind of stuff.
You carry on as well.
Yeah? I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
Yeah, in certain countries you have to. But America, bro, the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, bro. In certain states now, yeah, you have to pack heat, bro. Obviously, license and register, all that kind of stuff now, yeah. Handgun used to be illegal at one point in this country until I think it was 1994, the Dunblane school shooting incident where some guy went up in a school and started shooting the whole place out. Yeah, that's when they banned handguns, But in this country, like you can legally own a gun in this country if you pass on a certain check. But even if you need it for a particular reason, like if you've got a farm or if you like game hunting, all that kind of stuff, there's no reason for a person to have any weapon in this country. You're relatively safe. Unless like in a tourist area where people can try and pickpocket you, or like for example, if you make yourself a target, for example, if you're wearing a nice watch or a nice clothes, you walk with a nice phone. Phone robberies aren't that common in this day and age as it was 10 years ago maybe.
No,
yeah, because like I said, you've got security features and the phones get blocked, all that kind of stuff now. Yeah, back then, rob a phone, flip it, quick, that's it, and it got blocked afterwards. You're making a quick couple £100 or whatever it is.
Now I'm pretty sure that's way harder to do now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure when you go to a shop, these men ask you. So some proof that you bought it because people
all the security measures.
They used to rob people's phones. Like where I used to live here. Rob people's phones. They used to go factory reset the phone. And sell it off again.
You can't do that. Even if you factory reset it, obviously people have got passcodes on the phone will get blocked.
Exactly.
What you can do with it, you can't do with it.
Especially if you try to go to a shop as well, they ask for proof that you bought it.
Yeah, probably. I don't know about that, but yeah. So but like I said, we live in a relatively safe country now. Yeah. You don't really. Let me ask this brother here. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Brother, can I ask you a question, please, if that's okay, yeah? You're a delivery driver. Yeah? Do you feel safe when delivering food to people? Do you expect to get robbed?
Until now, I didn't get any.
Yeah? Do you think you live in a safe city or a safe country? Where are you from, brother, originally?
Originally India.
India, yeah? So, places like South Africa, for example, bro, people rob the driver, bro. In London, I've seen it happen. They rob the moped, all that kind of stuff now. So, look, outside perspective now, we live in a relatively safe country. You know what I mean? So, like I say, when you walk in your house, you don't expect your house to get robbed. When you're at the cash point, you don't expect to get robbed at a cash point. When you're at the traffic light, you don't expect to get held up at one point, you get it? But in other countries, that does happen. Because this poverty is so, extreme over there. Do you get it? So, yeah, sorry, I've gone off topic, man. I can't remember what the question was.
No, it's fine in it. You were talking about how life is glamorized as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I've seen, people don't see behind this. For example, now, yeah, if you get caught with something, you're gonna go prison for it. What happens in prison, bro? And like you asked me what was prison like. When I was in prison now, yeah, it's alright. You had to make the most of a bad time. There wasn't no spice. So spice.
Were you intimidated when you first went to prison?
Yeah, my first time, obviously, everyone's nervous. If people say they know, they're talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're away from your family. You're in a strange place. You're surrounded by people that you don't know that have done all sorts of crimes now. Yeah, rapists, murderers, also all that kind of stuff. Really. So you don't know what to expect. You don't know. And like I said, there's a difference between adult prison and youth prison. Yeah, adult prison, juvenile. Yeah. So young offenders, all that kind of stuff now. Yeah, and adult prison, everyone's a bit more calm. They just want to do the time and go home. Young offenders, everyone's got a point to prove because they're young, they're full of testosterone, they want to prove that I'm a bad man, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to adult prison, it doesn't happen to adult prison, but that's if you get involved in those kind of things in adult prison. For example, if you borrow something from someone and not pay them back, or for example, you got some gang affiliated beef from outside, or whatever you get it, then yeah, someone tries to stake on you because they think you're a weak target, you have to put it back on them, really. It happened to me. Someone asked me, I want your bread. What do you want my bread? I'm trying to fight from a bathroom, bro. Dash his head down the toilet.
Oh my.
I have to do it, but otherwise, trying to put it you have to stand your ground. So
I didn't think you were like that.
Sorry?
I didn't think you were like that.
Bro, you know what? I'm 37 years old now, coming on 38 now.
Oh,
yeah. I'm a lot older now. Do you get it? And like I said, there's so many times right now. Yeah, I feel like I missed that life. I missed the excitement, all that kind of stuff. I think, is it worth it? I've got kids, I've got a family, I've got mum and dad.
You see?
I like my freedom. At the end of the day, bro, Islam played a massive part in it as well, bro.
Yeah,
what is our purpose, really?
You think is that what pull you away?
A big reason why, but that's because Islam gives you a way to live in all aspects of life, whether it's family, your character, where you carry yourself, what you do for the community, all that kind of stuff. Do you get it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all gonna die, bro. When you're gonna die, what's gonna happen? We're gonna get questioned what we did.
And yeah, we don't even take anything as well. So
exactly, you don't take nothing.
Basically, yeah, all the haram you're doing is kind of pointless if you think about it.
You know what it is, as human beings, like I said, Allah is most merciful.
Yeah.
He's most forgiving. When we get us, it's not our sins, it's not our deeds that are gonna take us to Jannah or Jahannam. Yeah, it's Allah's mercy that will take us to Jannah. It's Allah's mercy that will forgive us. Really, there's a story now, yeah. And like I said, I'm not a Mawlana, I'm not a learning person, Imam, Alim, whatever you call it now, yeah. But there's a person, and obviously, I've just gone to Allah, and Allah said to whatever He said now, yeah. And you say, what? I've done this good, I've done that. It's like, it's not your deeds that will take you. It's Allah's mercy that will take you to Jannah. You get it? So
why do you think? Yeah, let's see. I think younger people are associated with gangs and all of that.
Yeah.
You find it hard to get out of that lifestyle. But then it's like at the same time, if you try and get into a Milan or whatever, yeah, I don't think they will listen. That's because you're so consumed in this lifestyle, yeah. But then why would you think it's hard to get out of the lifestyle? Especially when
it's exciting, bro. It seems like it's appealing, you get it? But there's so many other things that are exciting. You know what it is? The way I see it now, yeah? And not everyone's not going to agree with me. I'm not even going to think that far deep into it now, yeah?
Yeah.
We're living in the time. And the time we live in, if you look around now, everything is glamorized and everything is normalized and everything is made to make people dumb. Everyone is sheep, they're all followers, bro. They've been psychologically conditioned to make themselves think that, this is how to live life. When I was growing up now, yeah? Okay, I'll give you an example. You saw all these rap videos and grime videos, all that kind of stuff now, yeah? It's on the radio all day. It's on TV all day. It's on billboards of mainstream retail like JD Sports and this, that. They use all these people, like Stormzy and Centrist. You're like, well, have you listened to the music, bro?
Shit music, man.
Yeah, it's all about, I don't listen to it, but I hear the kids talk about it. It's all about drugs, alcohol, shotting, gyal, this, that, all that kind of stuff. All the haram stuff now, yeah? So, they're trying to condition young people that this is normal. Yeah, and it's on mainstream TV, commercial TV all day.
Especially the younger people.
Exactly, yeah, but when I was growing up now, yeah, you didn't see this stuff on TV. on the radio throughout the day. It'd come on after 9 o'clock. So there's something called a 9 o'clock watershed. After 9 p.m. That's when you see all your adult-rated content and
Gambling.
even gambling. Gambling's everywhere, bro. You're watching the football match. I don't watch football anyway. I'm not interested in football. If you see a football, any sports event you watch now, it's all about gambling. The sponsors are by gambling companies. The sponsors are by alcohol, all that kind of stuff. They're trying to normalise it now, And one of the things, we live in the time of Dajjal, bro. It's a Dajjalic time we're living in. And like I said, not everyone's going to agree with me, but it's in front of your eyes, bro. And I didn't think of it this way until I got a lot older. Really. They're preparing the stage for Dajjal to come. As a Muslim, we believe that obviously the world's going to end one day. But the Prophet ﷺ, he warned his people that when the Dajjal comes, he's going to be a massive fitna. He's the biggest fitna of all, really. He's going to be a test. And we're weak, bro. He was warning the Sahaba at the time. The Sahaba were scared, bro, now, you know what I mean? So if they had that, the strongest devils, Imam, what are we?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
imagine,
Like I said, what Dajjal promotes now, in the Dajjalic system, all he's promoting is music, alcohol, free mixing, fornication now, But his three followers are going to be women, Jews, and people that listen to music. So he's trying to set the stage. So when you listen to music, what do you listen to? What do you hear in the music?
Now it's mostly drugs.
Like I said, drugs, alcohol, sex, fornication, adultery, all that kind of stuff. He's trying to set the stage because when he comes, they're gonna follow him, bro.
Imagine we're so weak, that we're not praying our salah and all of this, and then we start listening to music and all of this, and we get motivated on this cup of knife or whatever. Imagine when Dajjal comes,
Exactly, man. And like I said, I'm not gonna go into at the end of times and what's gonna happen at the end of times, all that kind of stuff now, Because like I said, some people, I'm not a learned person.
Now, you know what? I think it's good you give them a reality check,
Yeah, of course.
They need a reality check. Because, let me say something, you ain't about that life, bro. So just quit what you're doing, fam. You ain't about that life, but when the Dajjal comes in it, you're gonna fall to your knees, bro. That's what it's gonna be. So it's never too late to turn your life around.
Of course not, man. But like I say, man, we're living in a time. It's a scary time. I'm scared for my kids, man. You know what I mean? And I see every day when I'm in the school out of work now, what the kind of shit they're listening to. There's one kid, he's like in year 7, and he's singing his song, Cali weed and alcohol and all this nonsense. The guy 11 years, his balls ain't even dropped yet, bro. He's talking about really Cali weed and alcohol, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's little girls they're walking around, bro. There's girls walking around in shorts this big, tops up to here. They got pierced, all that kind of stuff, and they're talking about this, that, one. The girl comes, she got pink nails this big. How you gonna clean your bars with that kind of shit? We got shit stuck in your nails, bro. You know what I mean? And these year 7, year 8 kids, bro. You know what I mean? I don't even know what. I don't know what drugs was in year 7, bro. One kid's telling me he's in year 8. I've seen more drugs than you have.
Is that what you tell them?
No, that's what the kid told me.
Oh my!
I laughed at this kid, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously, most of the kids are alright. They're cool, that kind of stuff. It is the way you carry yourself. People can tell what you're about, really. You don't need to tell people I've done this, I've done that, all that kind of stuff now, And certainly in my profession, obviously I'm limited to what I can say, but I can share some experiences, all that kind of stuff. Most of the kids are alright, you get it? But some of the kids sometimes, I've noticed like the way they've been brought up and the area they're living now, Bro,
then who's to blame? Who's to blame for that?
Bro, who do you put your finger at?
You can't. Who
do you put your finger at?
You can go 2 ways. You can put your finger at the parent.
Yeah.
You can put your finger at the child.
But if the parents been in love that lifestyle now, if it's generational, so for example, the grandparents are doing it, the parents are doing it, the kids are doing it, who do you blame? You can't blame the parents because that's what the parents have been doing, bro. Because that's what the kids have been growing up around, you get it?
Oh, okay.
If the parents are drug users and they live in the criminal lifestyle, that's what the kid's going to be raised up to, that's what the kid knows, you get it?
You know what I'd blame in that situation? I'd blame society.
I mean,
yes.
And these year 7, year 8 kids, bro. You know what I mean? I don't even know what. I don't know what drugs was in year 7, bro. One kid's telling me he's in year 8. I've seen more drugs than you have.
Is that what you tell them?
No, that's what the kid told me.
Oh my!
I laughed at this kid, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously, most of the kids are alright. They're cool, that kind of stuff. It is the way you carry yourself. People can tell what you're about, really. You don't need to tell people I've done this, I've done that, all that kind of stuff now, And certainly in my profession, also I'm limited to what I can say, but I can share some experiences, all that kind of stuff. most of the kids are alright, you get it? But some of the kids sometimes, I've noticed like the way they've been brought up and the area they're living now, yeah? Bro.
Then who's to blame? Who's to blame for that?
Bro, who do you put your finger at?
You can't,
Who do you put your finger at?
You can go two ways. You can put your finger at the parent,
Yeah.
you can put your finger at the child.
He went to China for the same.
So sorry to interrupt. You think we could get
Yeah, go on.
What's that?
review of food?
Review, yeah? It looks good. I'm gonna try to eat as much as I can because I've got to go gym afterwards. But it looks good, man. And after I've tasted, let me taste the donut first. I'll tell you. Let me try to get it on the fork, man. That donut's good, man.
What would you rate out of 10?
I'll give it a 10, bro. I've never even tried the burger yet.
At 10?
Yeah.
Yes. Solid. And then,
Yeah, man. It's good, bro.
no keto diet, innit?
I'm gonna start today. We'll do tomorrow, innit? I had to burn it all off. But yeah, like I said, who do you blame? They say it takes a village to raise a child. Is it recording?
Yeah.
They say it takes a village to record.
On the phone's still recording.
They say it takes a village to raise a child now, yeah?
Yeah.
So not only one person's job, you get it? The education system, I'm not saying it's broken, but there's so many kids out there now, yeah? And the people that are going to be raising these children, like for example, a child, he's at school 8 hours a day. How much input does a parent have? Then they go to the extracurricular activities. Yeah, obviously, Muslim kids, they generally go to mosque. Yeah, then you go to sports, all that kind of stuff now, yeah? If they don't have no productive activities, they're going to go down the wrong path. Yeah, that's one thing. And like I said, I was watching another YouTube talk now, yeah? And it's a guy called Muhammad Hablas. He's like an Australian Islamic, dawah guy. He gives advice and makes all the video every now. Yeah. So anyway, he was talking to someone. He was talking to a barber actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and he's out getting his haircut now. Yeah. And then he sees a kid outside on the street, and the barber would look at this kid, bro. That guy's smoking weed and this, that, whatnot. He's doing all this madness, all that kind of stuff now. Yeah. Where is his parents, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the barber was like, you know what? How do you know all this?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and the barber said to him, he comes to me for a haircut every single week. Yeah, so Muhammad Habib said to him, you know what? Listen, you have an hour with him every single week. And generally, people they have conversations, they chat to the barber, innit?
Like this therapy sessions with the barber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like this is where everyone has a role to play, do you get it? Yeah, nowadays there's so many safeguarding laws, and obviously parents get protected of the true, that kind of stuff. Back then, if I smoked a cigarette now, yeah. And I've seen someone, you go back to my parents, they give me a slap themselves. Or myself now, I'm not going to mention no names now, yeah? We know who the person is. I saw him, he's high. I gave him a slap and I told his brother. Really? So look, we all need to look out for each other. Nowadays, everyone wants to look out for themselves. For example, like if I see someone smoke, if I see a child smoking a cigarette, I go into the parents now, yeah? The parents go, who are you to tell me? That's my child, I'll sort them out how I want to do.
Yeah.
Really? So like I said, it's everyone wants to take, we could walk into anyone's house. We lived as a community. We don't live as a community no more. Yeah, when we walk down the street, we know who everyone is. You get it? Like I said, anyway, back to the point.
Yeah.
Muhammad Habla said to the barber, listen, you have an hour with this child every single time he comes for a haircut. More than what his own dad would probably have. You can give the kid advice and nasiha and give him a bit of guidance. You get it? So along them lines, you get it? But like I said, everyone has a role to play. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try the burger, man. Let's try the burger.
Are you getting a trip?
Okay.
When you get people unwrapping presents, I'm unwrapping a burger, bro. Yeah? My present today. Very good, man.
What would you rate the burger out of 10?
I'll give it a 10 again, bro.
Would you recommend coming to others?
Yeah, 100%. It's the first time I've been here. Yeah, it's nice, man.
Tell Nasser, come down to Dublin.
Nasser was here that week, bro.
What were you going to do? He came down, innit?
Yeah.
When he came down, this guy It's started going off at me, bro.
But I need to go to the gym after this, man. Into a sauna and see everything.
When the gym, man. Enjoy your life.
What am I
That,
doing?
yeah,
Really? So like I said, it's not. It's everyone wants to take. You know, we could walk into anyone's house. We lived as a community. We don't live as a community no more. Yeah, when we walk down the street, you know who everyone is. You get it? Like I said, anyway, back to the point.
Yeah.
Muhammad Hobler said to the Bob, listen, you have an hour with this child every single time he comes for a haircut. More than what his own dad would probably have. You can give the kid advice and and give a bit of guidance. Do you get it? So along them lines, you get it? But like I said, everyone has a role to play. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try the burger, man. Let's try the burger.
Again,
All good.
You're gonna get people unwrapping presents. I'm unwrapping a burger. Yeah? My present today. Very good, man.
What would you rate the burger out of 10?
I'll give it a 10 again, bro.
Would you recommend grubbing to others?
Yeah, 100%. It's the first time I've been here. Yeah, it's nice, man.
tell Nasser come down to grab.
That's what was here the other week, bro.
What he's gonna say? He came down, innit?
Yeah.
He came down, this guy. He started going off at me, bro.
But I need to go to the gym after this, man. Into a sauna and see everything.
Go in the gym, man. Enjoy your life.
Well, how you gonna enjoy that if you're fat and you can't walk? And you're out of breath when you walk up the stairs?
Fair enough.
But,
Anyway,
so yeah, that's the trouble. Who do you blame? You can't blame a particular person. But personally,
yeah.
certain countries, they have some kind of physical activity as part of their curriculum. So America's not the best example. Maybe a place like China, Japan, like China's crime rates are low, bro. But then again, obviously their government is a bit different. You mess about, they don't mess about, bro. Other countries, bro.
They take it proper serious. They take it serious, bro. One time, you get shook.
Yeah, one of my friends now, yeah.
Even Saudi.
Yeah. One of my friends, he went to China. That's a Jaguar Land Rover. I was one of my jiu-jitsu coaches now, yeah.
Yeah.
He said after 10 o'clock, there's no one out. You won't see no kids out because they got a curfew. You know what I mean? As in, I remember I went to Islamic talk now, yeah. And the guy was saying now, yeah. What is the need for a person to be out after Maghrib? No, I said after 9, 10 o'clock. Why didn't you be out for?
Unless you're going to LMA Academy Youth Club.
Yeah, we finished at 10:30. I guess that.
Last thing, sorry to interrupt.
Oh.
Here's your
Wow.
mocktails.
Which one do you want? Which one's which?
So that's strawberry, and that's our blue mojito.
Which one do you want?
I don't want any in it.
I want to go for the blue one personally. I'm taking the blue pill today. Which one? The blue pill, red pill? I've seen the blue pill, red pill stuff. You ever see blue pill, red pill?
No.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so basically this came for the Matrix.
Yeah.
So the Matrix now, yeah? Neo, no.
You're on that stuff as well.
I'm not. So what's the guy's name, man? The black guy.
Morpheus.
Morpheus, that's it. So Morpheus, he goes to Neo. Make a choice. The blue pill or the red pill. And one of them takes you back to your normal life, and the other one takes you back to the real life, as in, you know. Yeah, man. That's refreshing. But, resilience, confidence, all that kind of stuff, really. Because if you got an ego in martial arts,
You're humble to
you get humble, bro. So I got battered by my coach yesterday, bro. He battered me, finished me, choked me, armbarred, everything. All in the space of 5 minutes.
That's the tornado range.
Yeah.
Like you're taking some of it, yeah. I won't be able to finish it. But anyways.
Explain.
And another thing,
Tornado range, like loaded people, yeah. So I've done a Nashville chicken version here for the lads. We're also gonna have
I'm not even training after, bro. I get bloated. I'm getting older, my metabolism slow down.
Nah, just have it dinner time, innit?
Yeah, I love it after. So I'm gonna go to the gym after we've done this. But yes, like I was saying, if people have some kind of purpose or some kind of productive activities that they're going to take seriously, it can occupy their time in a positive way. And whether it's football, which I don't particularly like, whether it's tennis, which I'm not into, whatever it might be now, yeah, it gives them a sense of purpose. Yeah, like for example, like martial arts. Martial arts is, you know, you learn a skill. It develops so many personal characteristics, resilience, confidence, all that kind of stuff. Really, because if you got an ego in martial arts,
It humbles it. You
get humble, bro. I got battered by my coach yesterday, bro. He battered me, finished me, choked me, armband, everything. All in the space of 5 minutes.
That's the tornado range.
Yeah.
I keep taking some of it, yeah. I won't be able to finish it. Then.
Place like one guy that I know from Turkey, he came to his country because if he didn't do national service in Turkey, he would have went to jail. Places like so also in other countries, if you don't do national service, go in jail, bro. But it'll teach you how to live, like it'll develop your skills.
That's really important.
So it doesn't. You don't have to go serve in the army and the military, but you learn all the skills you get it. That's what I think. So I think that's, for example, you go to school up until 16.
What makes it the tornado? And keep out for the rest of our tornado range as well. Keep a lookout.
Twist and a mix and the twist. Nice, man. But like I say, another thing might sound controversial, and I'm not saying this for the purpose why people are using it now in terms of political agenda. I think national service should be compulsory.
What?
Yeah.
This is the loaded fries version.
You know what? I thought that. What's that guy's name? Rishi Sunak. Yeah. Mentioned that national service should be compulsory. I think that was all bullshit. I think.
Yeah, but they're doing it for different reasons. They're doing it for political reasons. Like they're trying to get votes. You get it?
Yeah, the political side of it, I would disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying to send people in, some people there, yeah.
No, you're not sending people on tour and on duty or anything. You're just getting to do the training.
That's right.
Yeah. Some countries you go to, you don't do national service. You don't serve. You go in jail, bro. Place like one guy I know from Turkey, he came to his country because if he didn't do national service in Turkey, he would have went to jail. Places like so also in other countries, if you don't do national service, go in jail, bro. But it'll teach you how to live, like it'll develop your skills.
That's really important.
So it doesn't. You don't have to go serve in the army and the military, but you learn all the skills you get it. That's what I think. So I think that's, for example, you go to school up until 16.
Yeah.
After 16, you either continue into higher education, or you go into full-time work, or apprenticeship, wherever it might be now, yeah? Or you do nothing, you become a bum. How many 16-year-olds you know that are bums?
Quite a few.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? I think national service should be introduced from a school age. From year 7. That's what I think, me personally.
Like you said, they're both haven't been dropped, yeah, and you're trying to get them to the national service.
Yeah, but what about national service now, yeah, is you just do the training and you make them learn and develop the skills that you need to live life to really. Because some kids, like, so we're now at university now, yeah, people live in such a enclosed bubble, they don't know what life is.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And they run loose, they go wild at university because they've lived such a sheltered life. That might be partly down to their parents won't let them out, but when they go away, they let loose now, yeah? But like I say, national service will help you. You can come inside if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
No, it's fine, come.
We're just filming a little podcast.
No, it's fine, no. Can I ask you a question if that's okay?
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
Originally?
Yeah.
Originally, person from Africa, Kenya.
Kenya, yeah?
Yeah.
In this country, do you feel like you live in a safe country?
At the moment, no.
Why do you think it's a safe country?
Not a safe country.
Yeah.
I don't think it is that safe because all the stuff that's going on at the
Like
moment.
what?
All the muggings, all that. Like,
Have you ever been a victim of mugging?
no.
So why do you feel afraid
Oh, well, I've seen people get mugged.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good to hear, another outside perspective of it now, yeah, because myself personally, obviously, I know a lot of people have been victims of crime,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
generally I think we live in a very safe country, as in, like, we're not living in a war zone.
No, we're not in the war
We're not
zone.
living in extreme
There's
poverty.
there's always going to be like you got a nice card.
Yeah, of course,
Obviously
yeah.
You're going to get muggings and stuff like that. I mean, compared to other countries,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna come to.
100, it's
Yeah.
quite good.
Yeah.
You've got war. Obviously, you got your war turfs in London and Birmingham and all that, but nothing major like of
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, so that's when relatively compared to other countries, we live in relatives. Like, so I'm sorry to hear that about your negative experiences and stuff.
Well, there's nothing you can do. You gotta, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Of course, yeah, man, definitely, yeah.
He's gonna deal with it.
Yeah, but like I said, thank you for sharing your experiences, man. Yeah, because I'm sure I was walking, I was asking, like, trying to get different
No,
perspective.
because obviously you don't live in different areas. Obviously you feel safe in your own area.
Yeah.
But like obviously when you go to different areas,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel a bit not left out, but a bit odd.
Yeah, of course. As me myself, personally, I think if you're gonna, there's certain things can make you more susceptible to being a victim of crime.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you're walking on the street and not aware of your surroundings, or you are wearing a gold chain that's out in show, or if you're from a particular background where they think you got money and you think it's an easy target, then you increase your chance of being a victim of crime. Or for example, if you're flashing any fancy items, all that kind of like, you go to South Africa for example now, you can get held at gunpoint any time of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everyone, but generally,
But it happens everywhere.
It's very common in South Africa, get it? So yeah.
And then I've seen a few videos of like the phone snatching and all that stuff as well from the car.
Yeah.
By the victims in the car. So I've seen a video, a podcast, got a fake phone, and they expose people.
Yeah. Is that in South Africa? Yeah.
That's like in Africa. I don't know what part of Africa.
Yeah.
It's in Africa.
Even in Kenya, when we went years
That's where the
ago,
brothers from in Kenya.
after dark, you don't want to go out and stuff like that, especially on your own because it's not safe.
There was things like that at one point down here. Because you got so many like new faces, new kids coming in.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's like the way they go on. You're like, you know what? You don't go out for looking trouble. You don't do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes it's like the kids, they go out looking for trouble just for the hell of it. And you're like, you know what? You're not here for that. You just want to come eat.
Do your own thing.
Do your own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know there was an incident recently in a park in Braunston. Young kids, and it was quite a high profile case, like 12, 13 years old, I think they were done for manslaughter. They attacked the old guy.
Oh, man,
You know about that? Yeah. So like I said, kids are doing that, but then they get I think in this day it's a lot more common.
But you know what I see? Most of the stabbings that go on here, it's just because people are carrying the knives.
Yeah.
And most people stab out of fear.
Yeah.
So they get into a fight, they'll stab the guy out of fear of them getting hurt. So it's most of the kids, you see the little kids, 12, 13-year-olds, they've not got the heart for it. They've not, they're still innocent kids.
Yeah.
Most of them,
Okay, I don't bring my knife. Well, not a real knife. It's a training knife now. Yeah. That I use when I do my martial arts training and military martial arts stuff now. Yeah. And generally, when people want to use a knife, they don't use it. If someone to use a knife, they're gonna use it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come and flash, wave a knife around your face.
And that's why most people get stabbed with their own knife in it because
that's one thing. But for example, now, most people that use a weapon as a intimidation or fear factor.
Yeah, exactly. That's
they have no. But when someone steps up to them now, and say that, then out of fear, well, instinctively they're going to try to keep a distance. And the human body is physically cannot defend against a knife.
Yeah.
You put a knife in my hand, it's going to go straight through. I can't do this and expect my hand to block the knife and stuff.
Yeah.
You get it? So that's what happened. I've not got my knife to demonstrate. It's not a relax, it's a training, it's not a real knife, it's a training knife. You've seen it in the park. We had to twist him up and so that one, so anyway. So where are we at, Mark? I will keep going off topic, man. Thank you anyway, yeah? Yeah, man.
Not talk about knife crime. But I wanted to get more in depth about because what LME contributes to this. Yeah. And what LME kind of does to prevent all of this. Because obviously, we talked about.
Can I just add? So I've got kids, approaching 5 years old.
Yeah.
So now they're in school, whatnot, and now. So what I see is I'm looking at something like you do, LMA Academy, and I'm thinking I need to send my kids there because obviously, come 5 years they're gonna be 10 years old, whatever. So it's better to get them in early and get them aware and be able to defend themselves because we see how the kids are nowadays on the streets and even in the schools nowadays, kids are getting stabbed and you got in America, you got school shootings and stuff. So what do you guys do for kids? What classes do you have going on for people like me with young kids who want to get their kids ready and so they're able to defend themselves?
Yeah. So me myself personally, right now, I teach striking, which is basically kickboxing and Muay Thai basically.
Yeah.
We do have other classes such as MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu, all that kind of stuff now, but I'm just focusing on kickboxing striking at the moment. I run a class every Thursday evening at 7:15, youngest age is 5 years old, and then Saturday I have 2 classes for 2 different age groups.
So that's perfect to fit around school and martial
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
for kids. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm only teaching 3 classes at the moment. We have other projects.
Because what LMA contributes to this. Yeah. And what LMA kind of does to prevent all of this. Because obviously, we talked about.
Can I just add? So
We have an open session from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. where it's a drugs, alcohol, and mental health project. So anyone that has got any issues with drugs and alcohol, or it could be a preventative measure. So, for example, it might be someone that's exposed to drugs and alcohol or mental health, for a safe space for them to come and train. It's not a structured class. They come and do their own training, and that's free as well. And like I said, on that Wednesday session, no one needs to know why you're there. You're just there to train. We're not, and like I said, if they want to speak to you on the side, I'll come and speak to them on the side, or have a little one-to-one chat with them, share my experiences. They can share their experiences, see what they're supporting, see if we can signpost them to any of the agencies that we work with, or we can point in the right direction.
well, I'd say to all the youths in the community, you've got no excuse. We always use the excuse, all our youth centres are closed down, we've got nothing to do, that's why we're out on the streets. You've got something to do. There's free classes available at LMA Academy. Free classes, bro, where you can learn to defend yourself, you can learn kickboxing, and you can even take it further on after that. Once you get the foundations right with these guys, if you want to, you could go professional, you could keep on training. Like there's no limit to it. There's no excuse, kids, man.
If you
off the streets.
If you put in the time, the commitment, the dedication, then we can take you to competition. Not a problem. I take you to competition all the time. Whenever competitions come up, and we know grappling competitions, MMA competitions, kickboxing, boxing competitions, all that kind of stuff. Do you get it? And like I said, even on a Friday night, we have a youth club. In that youth, we have about 100 boys that come every Friday evening. Free youth club, ages 12 plus, 12 to 25. When there's 100 boys in the youth club, that means there's 100 boys not on the street getting up to no good. We can't save everyone, but we try our best to see what we can do. Do you get it?
It's better than nothing, because
of course.
you see a lot of youth clubs right now closing down as well and stuff as well, innit? And I think what LME stands out is they offer free youth club and also these free sessions as well. And especially at night time, when people are getting up to no good, they either shotting drugs or whatever, and you see some places like LME that's open. And you're like, you know what? I want to learn how to fight. Because let's be real, people who get into street fights, they don't know how to fight. And I think when people are getting into street fights and all of this, they think they can fight. They think there's an argument going that they can be actual fighters. I don't think they can be actual fighters as well.
You know what? I'm gonna come with 2 sides of the argument now. First of all, just because you're a trained fighter doesn't mean you're unbeatable. Yeah, I could be the best fighter in the world. You could be the best fighter in the world, bro. Yeah, anyone could be you could be the best. You could be the best fighter in the world. Trained for 30, 40 years. If someone come and punch you in the back of the head, bro, what are you gonna do? If someone comes and hit you with a baseball on the back of your head,
even if you're squaring up and someone's quicker than you and just gets in there first, you're trying to defuse the situation.
Exactly.
We've had this enough times, where you get people out here that they don't have the same morals or the same character as we do. So we might be trying to avoid a fight, even though we know we can fight. We might be trying to avoid a fight. We might be the strongest person in the room, but we're trying to avoid a fight because we don't want to get into confrontation. And what happens is usually the other party sees it as a go-ahead, and they'll just get in there first, and they punch you once wrong. You know what I'm saying, in the head, something like that. We've seen it loads of times, loads of cases that you could get caught wrong, even though you could have been the better fighter. But
so that happens in the moment.
Yeah, so that's what happens.
I know a guy now, professional boxer. He got jumped by about 10, 12 man, bro. He had to have operation and everything because he got beaten up that badly. He's a professional boxer. People thought he could have boxed, man, all that kind of stuff. Every martial art has limitations, advantages and disadvantages, and I talk about this all the time now, And a trained fighter can go against an untrained fighter. It's all about the intent. So you have to adapt the sport mentality of your training into a survival instinct kind of thing. You get it? So, for example, if it's jiu-jitsu, for example, now, and anyone who practices jiu-jitsu will know this, you can't pull guard on the street. I'm not saying you can't, but it's not a wise idea to pull guard on the street. As a boxer, excuse me.
This stuff is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it later, man.
Bro.
As a boxer, you gotta wrap your hands up, put gloves on, whatever to protect your hands from injuring yourself now, You ain't got time to do it on a street fight. If I hit you in the wrong place, I'm gonna hurt myself. If I hit in the forehead, the tooth, I'm gonna hurt myself. Or there's a high chance. It's happened to me before. You can see the scar on my hand here. I cut my hand on someone's tooth in training. This is just in training now, yeah? And it sliced my hand open. I cleaned it up, wrapped it up, carried on with the class. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to let it heal naturally. But my friend told me, you know what, you need to go to hospital. I went to hospital, they cleaned it, sister. It got infected a couple of days later.
Yeah, that I put someone when I was younger. I was really young. I used to be like under management when I was younger. You hear me? So obviously, I'm going to a fight and I put someone, I broke my knuckle. And still to this day, you can see that knuckle's never been the same again. Like.
But with my situation now, yeah, my hand got infected. So it happened on a Sunday. Sunday went to hospital, came back. Monday I was fine. Tuesday I felt a bit feverish, felt a bit sick. And I couldn't eat properly, couldn't sleep properly. Wednesday was really, really bad.